That's right. Well, Republican Senator Carine Werner says access cannot go on like this. And at this point, a major overhaul is the only way to solve the deep-rooted systemic issues that led to preventable deaths in one of the biggest fraud scandals we've seen in Arizona history. Senate Bill 1611, if it were to become law, it would allow access to retain oversight authority, but all administrative and care coordination would be managed by another outside entity. Today marked the fourth Senate oversight hearing meant to hold access accountable after billions of dollars of fraud and fake sober living homes scamming the system were uncovered over the past couple of years. Werner says she is still concerned about a lack of data, inaccurate reporting, prolonged payment delays to Indian healthcare providers, and unresolved complaints related to patient care. The director of our state's Medicaid program spoke today during the hearing, as well as advocates for tribal members who were disproportionately impacted by the scheme.
As a result of the fraud, all kinds of actions had to be taken in order to stop it. And that's important. And we have to continue to take actions and use our tools and our processes to ensure that we are mitigating as much as possible fraud, waste, and abuse in the system.
Despite public exposure, investigations, lawsuit, media coverage, and legislative attention, the same harmful practices remain active. The system has not been fixed. It has only adapted. We need change. We really do need change. We don't need any more excuses.
And during the hearing, concerns about everyone having to suffer for the actions of bad actors was discussed. A couple senators and a lawyer for legitimate behavioral health facilities say some changes Access has made have punished operators doing the right thing. And that has forced many providers to close their small businesses, leaving gaps in care for vulnerable people. This is a complex problem involving a critical system that serves nearly 2 million people in our state. Reporting live, Michaela Marshall for Arizona's Family.